Welcome back to Some Offense Intended. I'm Jeremy Robinson.
I'm Mike Mick.
I have an interesting conspiracy theory that's a weird, like, if you think about it a little bit, I don't think there's a conspiracy. And then I have something about something that scientists are doing.
All right.
That, because we can trust the science.
Well, more than some other things.
No, but the whole thing about science is you shouldn't trust it. It's like a constantly like verifiable, and like you move through theories all the time, and like often we prove that whatever wasn't the case. So trust the science in itself is a weird, dumb statement. What do you got to nutshell notes real quick?
I've got something about dressing as Santa Claus, stupid drivers, recent impossible meat commercials, and Brandon Herrerra.
Okay. I'll start with a conspiracy because the Northern Lights just were a big deal because there was a solar storm from several massive coronal mass ejections from the sun.
Yeah.
So those happen.
Sometimes.
They're known to happen.
Yeah.
They observed it. They know how it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And that sometimes it hits the earth. So the conspiracy theory is because you could see it like as far south as like Florida and parts of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
That you could see the Northern Lights. So typically you can only see the Northern Lights above the 45th latitude, which is like Montana-ish.
Yeah.
So the conspiracy is that it wasn't a solar storm. It wasn't normal Northern Lights. It was the government testing a radiation weapon, bouncing radiation off the ionosphere.
Oh, well, let's do it again because it looked cool.
Yeah, like, and then everybody and their mom on Facebook with the pictures, like, they look dope.
Yeah. Somebody was out of town and they sent me pictures from Maine.
Nice.
And they're cool.
That's one of the guys at work posted a picture. He's like, this is from Fernley. And I was bored. So because it had you could see like 3 houses in his neighborhood. You can see the numbers on the houses. I was like, let me see if I can find where he lives. Fernley's small.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you're going to send pictures to people, either don't care if they find where you live, because I found it within like 5 minutes.
I figured you would.
Either don't care if people find you because of your picture, or like block out the numbers. Because it's super easy. Super fucking easy.
Especially with Fernley being, the thriving metropolis that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was a really, it was like, maybe, and then it's like, oh, well, with how big those fucking the solar flares were, yeah, no, it can hit anywhere, and because the lights that we see is radiation dissipating into the ionosphere. That's what makes it the light.
Well, they've been talking about this solar storm coming for a while now.
Yeah. I mean, they could have been planning the radiation weapon for a while now, too.
At least, if we're going to have a storm, at least it's not a blizzard or...
I could go for some Dairy Queen.
Oh, yeah, me too. Always.
It's been a long time since I've had Dairy Queen.
Well, I would get it more often, but the only one is in Sparks and nowhere near me.
Yeah.
I don't want to drive that far to get a blizzard every day. Not every day. But...
I was going to say, God damn. Calm down.
But there's different flavors I like, so it's hard to choose.
Just get the peanut butter.
I like the peanut butter.
Yeah, just get the peanut butter cup.
I also like the dark chocolate cherry.
I like dark chocolate cherry, but I don't. It's like once a year.
See, when I was still in Vegas, so I had somebody there, we could go. We'd both get a different flavor, and we could split them. Yeah.
Or we can get 2 smalls. Then you can have 2 flavors.
Well, maybe 2 mediums.
Trying to figure out what that look was. Like, you've never thought of it before? Or
No.
just disbelief that I would suggest such a thing?
Small. Yeah, right. I'd rather have one good large and then two smalls of two different flavors, you know. And that's just me.
I mean, it depends. You could do the McDonald's like cup trick, like see how much liquid is in each cup, because normally it's like barely anything fucking more,
Yeah.
but you're paying like $3 extra. So two smalls might cost the same as a large, but it could be like double the fucking,
Possibly.
and be like 1.5 times what a large is.
But I like the Heath Bar one. I like the Butterfinger. Like I said, there's so many flavors. And,
Butterfingers are weird.
and the s'mores. When they have s'mores, I love that.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
Oh, it's good. If you like s'mores, like I like s'mores.
S'mores are good. It's been a really long time since I've had a s'more.
I picked up some s'mores things to have in my candy bag for work, and it's got the marshmallow with chocolate in it, and it's like coated with graham crackers.
Do you have to warm it up?
No, you just eat them as is.
That's boring.
Well,
Sit there at the table with a lighter.
yeah, that's right. I got a desk there.
Huh.
I'll just heat up the glue. It's caught a cup on fire, so I can get that to do that.
Wow.
Well, when it gets together and it heats up,
Yeah.
it gets quite warm.
The chemical reaction is definitely really fucking hot.
And somebody left it in a paper cup, and they put it in a has-been. Apparently,
That's smart.
because they had both parts together in it.
Fucking plastic. Why? Never mind. I don't have.
But they put the
questions.
two parts together, and it started on fire.
I don't have
So
questions.
safety had to go over and do something.
Jesus Christ. All right. So I saw something that says this hurts. Scientists create a new COVID jab for diseases they haven't even discovered yet in a bid to beat the next pandemic.
What the fuck? How can you cure something you don't even know what it is yet?
How can you cure something when the cure that you release doesn't even cure anything?
Yeah. Well, it's not even a cure. It's a vaccine.
Yeah, that didn't do
Shit.
anything that vaccines do.
Yeah, if it did something, you wouldn't have gotten COVID from somebody who is vaccinated.
Yeah. So, yeah, like they made some chemical, or I'm assuming some type of whatever that's in vaccines, that's supposed to be able to defeat or vaccinate you against whatever's coming.
Tell me it's not bleach.
I have no fucking idea. I didn't look any more into it. You know, the best thing to protect you from something that's going to be coming is to fucking be healthy.
You know what's really good?
Like, take supplements if you need them, and
Well, also it's
build
really
your
good
immune system.
is you don't build a laboratory, name it a virus name, and then make the virus in there and then let it get out. That's a good way to avoid it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you
Yeah,
safe precautions.
We don't do gain of function there. Like, really, what's the name of it?
COVID?
The Wuhan gain of function facility? Like, it was in the fucking name, and they're like, no, we don't do that.
We don't do that. No. Oh, that's just ironic.
No. This isn't Walmart. This is Target. Like, what's that on the wall? The big fucking letters that spells Walmart? Nope. Mm-mm.
We couldn't afford to change the sign.
Yeah. Nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have all the Walmart shopping bags still? I don't. Nope. Mm-mm.
No, I know what you're talking about. Those are Target. Clearly, you
Yeah,
can see it.
that's
See the thing that's a Target, not a Walmart logo.
yeah. So, I don't know how to feel about that at all.
That's crazy. So I mentioned that there is a thing on here about Impossible Meat commercial.
Yeah.
They got this guy, because people think of, eating big steaks and things like that as being a manly thing. So they got this commercial where they have this guy being all manly talking about impossible meat.
Jesus Christ.
Eat meat. Meat is made from plants. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Nothing you just said is going to make me go out and buy me a fucking impossible meatball or something.
Well, think about it too. When's the last time you saw a fucking commercial for steak? Like, other than like for an actual steakhouse, like,
Yeah.
for chicken, or like other than like either Dino
KFC
Nuggies
or
or something.
Yeah.
But like to actually go buy raw meat at the store, When's the last time you saw a commercial for any of that?
Yeah, it's been a while. If
I
I think
think
about
like
it.
probably like 95 or 97 was the last time. It was like pork, the other white meat.
Yeah, they used to do that a lot. They used to have they used to have beef commercials a lot.
Yeah, but they don't do any of that anymore.
I don't really see those anymore. Like you don't hear "I feel like chicken tonight." None of that.
I've never heard that one.
That's an old commercial. They actually did it on a episode of The Simpsons also. But
So I thought this was weird, and because you can buy a ham at the store, you can
Yeah.
buy the fat ass hams, but they're all fully cooked.
Yeah.
You can't buy a raw ham.
I guess
So like I looked it up. No store, like you can go to a butcher and buy a raw ham.
Yeah.
And you can cook it and
yeah,
do
I've
whatever
never seen a
yourself.
raw ham at the store.
But that's weird. Like every other fucking meat.
Every other meat you can buy it raw.
Every other meat you can buy it raw.
Yeah.
So that led me into like a weird conspiracy spiral for a little bit, and like then I just stopped caring.
Yeah.
Of what are they doing with the ham?
The ham we ate here that time for Thanksgiving was really good. I know it was pre-cooked, but that was good.
Yeah, but like what are they doing with it?
I don't know. I wonder
that they're requiring it to be pre-cooked to sell at stores.
That is a good question. I wondered that one day when I was walking to the store and every ham I saw was pre-cooked.
Yeah, like it's weird. Super weird.
I do like ham a lot though.
I'm about to make some more of it, and it's like this fucking big. So if you want some, I can bring some.
Oh, I definitely do.
I might do that for work this week.
Actually, this week I'm good. I've got meals for every day of the week.
Oh, fine. You don't get any ham then.
But I'll take some ham too. I can always eat pre-shift.
Yeah.
Pre-shift and then have. But no, I have my meal plan for this week. I got everything set. I've got one. It's rigatoni with some red sauce and some meatballs. I have the mac and cheese I had before because it was really good.
Is this the one that they shouldn't have charged you for?
Yeah.
Did they refund it?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then so
you got some free meal plans.
I got some chicken parmesan coming.
Nice.
And then I think I'm going to pick this one for the last day of the week. It's got some potatoes, some green beans, and some and a fillet.
A fillet.
Yeah.
Fillet of what?
A steak fillet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's been pretty important because you're gonna have a fillet of fish, like from McDonald's.
See, if it would have been fish, I'd have said that. If it would have been a chicken fillet, I would have said chicken. But no, fillet to me is steak. The steak is
I mean, yeah,
pretty great.
Steak's good.
I love steak. Steak.
I need to call. I might try tomorrow. Find a local farmer to buy a cow from.
Yeah.
My chest freezer's almost fucking empty. I have 2 like 20-pound turkeys.
If you get the cow, though, remember, you want to get a butchered one. You don't want to have one in your backyard. You can't have a dog. You're not going to be allowed to have a cow.
Oh, I can go just scrape some fresh meat off it, and then it'll heal.
Yeah. Then you
it's just endless meat.
Yeah, perfect. You probably won't have a good relationship with that cow.
I mean, if you start with tongue, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Then you won't get any back talk. No, obviously it's gonna. So what happens is you talk to a local farmer and you'd be like, "Hey, how much for a cow or a half cow?" And they're like, "Oh, it's this price." And then like, "Okay, do you have a butcher you use?"
Yeah.
And the farmers, they normally have their own like a really good contact with somebody that's a fucking butcher, obviously. Yeah. So the farmer will transport said cow to the butcher.
Yeah.
And then you go pick up lots of bleeding packages from the butcher.
Yeah.
Come home, vacuum seal it.
We know somebody that we used to work with. You should call her and ask her if she has any connections on people who could sell you a cow to kill and eat.
You know. Oh, yeah. That took a while. I didn't know you were saying it as a joke at first. I'm trying to think of like, who the fuck?
She'd probably love to hear about you eating a lot of beef.
Yeah. That was so fucking great. So Mike's talking about our old lead who was vegan.
She used to hate it when I'd sit somewhere and I'd be walking by her with a plate just of meat.
Yeah, and I often, because that's when I was making a lot of pot roast, I would often just sit like right across from her with a fat bowl of fucking pot roast or steak or whatever I had.
Yeah.
And she sometimes would comment about the smell. and because she was eating, I don't know, whatever, like grass, hopes, and dreams, or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck the vegans eat. And
She was eating our food.
yeah, and she's like that. It smells so gross. And I'm like, I know. I don't even know how you can eat that stuff. And then just kept eating mine.
Yeah.
And she's like, I meant yours. And I'm like, oh, my smells great. Like, you smell it? Like a little closer?
Mine eats yours. That's how it gets so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Mine turns yours into real food.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't be vegan. I couldn't even be vegetarian.
Did you know that vegetable, there's no such thing as vegetables? That was a term that was made up in like the 70s and 80s.
Oh, I believe it.
Most vegetables are either like stalks, roots, or fruit.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of vegetables that are actually fruit, like tomatoes.
Oh yeah, I was going to mention tomatoes.
I think avocados.
When it comes from a flower, it's
Yeah.
I like fruit. There's a lot of fruits I like.
A bunch of other ones too, but like there's no like scientific definition of a vegetable.
Yeah. I saw something where they had these strawberries. It's one of those odd food things where you can get these strawberries shipped in. Apparently they're very sweet strawberries, but they have a hint of pineapple in the flavor. And they're grown that way naturally. And I'd seen another thing where there was bananas, like all these different color bananas. I'm like, oh my God, I want to get these things shipped to me. I want to try all these bananas.
You want to try
like a blue banana?
LGBT banana?
No.
That's what it sounds like.
No.
We did the Thailand snacks last episode.
But I saw a blue banana, and I'm like, what the fuck does that taste like?
So is it a bunch of bananas that like each one is a different color on the bunch?
Well, you can get, all the like if a bunch comes, it's got all the same color, but there's a service that will send you like one of each kind.
I want it on the same bunch.
Well, then you're going to have to do some genetic engineering.
Or you just get yellow ones, soak them in bleach, and then soak each one individually in food dye.
No, thank you.
How do you know that's not what they're doing?
I don't know. I looked into it. I read things about it. Saw videos. I was curious because I'd never seen that there was so many varieties of bananas.
I knew there was like 3 or 4. I didn't know.
I thought there was only one.
No, I mean, there's like the little ones. There's plantains.
Yeah, I've had plantains though. I've had those fried plantains at a Cuban restaurant in Vegas, little Havana Grill. They had a whole bunch of different.
I drove
mojitos.
past that a lot, but I've never been.
That's good. It's really good. Yeah, I went there. One day I went there just to have mojitos because we were going to a movie right next door. Another day I ate there because we were going to a movie next door.
I don't think I've ever had a mojito either.
Yeah, they're okay. I had a blood orange one. It was good.
I like blood orange.
But you gotta muddle stuff. Bartenders don't much care for making them.
Well, I mean, bartenders don't care much for making most drinks.
Well, no, there's some drinks that, rum and Coke, as compared to, say, a whole group of bodybuilders coming in and each of them ordering virgin pina colada, virgin strawberry pina colada, virgin daiquiri, just all these different. And when you're the only bartender with only one blender. I mean, I was smart about it. Like when they asked me for the virgin pina coladas, I made those. And then when I switched over to the virgin strawberry pina coladas, I didn't have to clean the blender because it already just had the pina colada in it. I just
had strawberry.
Yeah. But when the tickets come in the wrong order, that kind of sucks. And it was like a party of 20 and every one of them had some kind of stupid fucking virgin strawberry or some kind of drink.
Did they tip?
No. And they came in late. Like it was, wow. We had a promotion set up for them to come in after their competition.
Right.
And they showed up. Our kitchen was almost closed when they finally showed up.
Damn.
Yeah. And the other bartender had already gone home. So it was just me.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
20 people and not one tipped?
Well, they might have tipped, but it wasn't me.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I had almost the whole bar cleaned. I was ready to go.
See him come in, just duck behind the bar. Be like, nobody's here.
Yeah. Nobody ordered cappuccinos, at least. Because we had a cappuccino machine, too.
Oh, okay.
If I'd had like 20 different cappuccinos, I'd have been like,
Those take a while.
The machine's broken.
Like, how do you know? Because we got it from McDonald's.
It doesn't get hot, and it needs to be hot to make your coffee.
Yeah.
And steam your milk. Just.
Yep. Can't. It's burnt.
I can get you espresso, but no cappuccinos. Can't steam the milk.
Espresso martinis are pretty good.
I've made a couple. When you first put if you put the whipped cream on top, when it first sits there, it just clumps. It doesn't spread out. When you first see it, it's like, oh my God, that looks disgusting. You kind of want to have it sit there for a little while before you take it to the table so it spreads out and actually looks like a cappuccino and not just like a bunch of clumps of fucking whipped cream on the top.
I can imagine that would look awful.
It does. It looks like who would ever drink that? Or have you ever heard of the cement mixer?
Yep.
I've never actually drank one.
I have.
But somebody told me.
I don't do shit.
Well,
It's also me, but
I've seen the remnants. Like, because if you put the Baileys in your mouth and then you put the Rhodes Lime, it congeals and hardens in your mouth, and it's disgusting.
I don't know.
It's a trick drink that you give to somebody.
No, I've done it.
Yeah,
and it didn't do any of that.
Oh, trust me, I've seen it do it. Somebody told me, I said, "Oh yeah, you should have it. It's really good." Then he described it to me. I'm like, "That sounds disgusting. No, thank you."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You're not supposed to tell the person what it is." And plus, I was a bartender, so I kind of knew what things were,
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I've never understood that one. Is like, one, I've drank sour milk, so I don't care.
Yeah.
If things curdle, and then it doesn't fucking matter. And from mixing all kinds of shit all the time to see what it tastes like, I've definitely mixed shit with Bailey's before, and it's like the weird, when it starts separating, when it starts to curdle. And I'm like, okay, I probably won't make this one again, but I still finished it.
I served a lot of Baileys and coffee.
Fuck. Yeah.
But yeah, and a lot of people, which originally Bailey's had one flavor, Irish cream.
Yeah.
Now they got a whole bunch. I've never really had any of them. I'm not a big fan. Another thing I'm not very fond of is amaretto.
It's super vanilla-y.
I just can't do it. I remember when I was still a minor, and my mom had a bottle of amaretto because she liked it. And
must be a mom thing. My mom likes amaretto.
So it was on a holiday, and she's like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna have me some amaretto." And she pulls it out. She goes, "Huh? This bottle looks like it's been opened. Know anything about that, Mike?" Which I would probably blame me too if I wasn't me. But I looked at it, I'm like, I do not drink that amaretto. It is disgusting. I assure you that if that's been opened, it wasn't me. And I looked at the thing, I'm like, see, it's not been opened. The seal's still on there. I'm like, and not only was it amaretto, it's not like it was a good amaretto.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was DiSerrano. It was some brand I've never even fucking heard of. No bar I've ever worked at had this stuff behind their bar. And if they did, it would be the Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, no, not me.
Huh.
What would I mix it with? And what's the proof on that?
More amaretto?
It's like, what is the proof on that,
Yeah, where's the proof that I drank it? Oh, like the alcohol percentage.
Give me some whiskey or some scotch if I'm going to drink liquor or tequila.
Yeah.
Not amaretto. That's a liqueur.
It's really weird too, how much vanilla extract it tastes like.
Vanilla and almond. It's just, but yeah, people love it. People love Stone Sour.
Amaretto and 7-Up.
Amaretto and sour. Amaretto Stone Sour. Amaretto and orange juice. All sorts of shit. They don't put a stone in it.
That'd be weird.
It's amaretto and sour with a splash of orange juice. Yeah, it's just, it's not
interesting.
There's a lot of, Zima. Zima used to be a thing.
I don't know what the fuck that.
I've seen it for sale at a liquor store here once, and I was like, wow.
I remember you sent me a video of something. It was like, where the fuck did you find a Zima? And I'm like, I've never heard of that.
Like, did I go back in time? Why the fuck am I seeing somebody buying a 12-pack of Zima?
Yeah, I've never even heard of it before you sent me that video.
Is it dusty? And thing is that this guy, he was not very politically correct. And I'm not the one saying this. Somebody else said it. He used to call Zima Ima. And I heard him say that. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean, I'm a? He's like, well, if you order it, you're saying I'm a fag. But this was many years ago. It was a different time.
I found some barbecue seaweed on my shirt. Nice little surprise.
Nice. I did want to tell you that I did mention Brandon Herrerra.
Yeah.
He finished the AK50.
Wow.
They got it done. It shoots it cycles, it does everything. It's awesome. I watched the video this week, and he was at first he had it on a table with a bipod, and he was shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Then he shot it from the hip, and then he did a mag dump from his shoulder, shooting 50 BMG, just sending him down range.
Wow.
Then he had
how bad was the kick?
He said it wasn't bad at all.
I mean, and with an AK design, you can actually put a really tough rubber pad like at the back.
Yeah.
And it reduces recoil.
He said it was great. He said it wasn't bad at all. He also had Demolition Ranch on, and he shot it, and he did a mag dump with it. And
that's an expensive fucking mag dump.
Well, they actually also got some ammo given to them for their.
I would hope so.
Yeah, because they had to do a lot of tests, and it took them a long time to get this thing perfected. He was working on it for 8 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and he finally got it done, so I'm happy for him. I was excited when I saw that they had the fun, because I've watched the other videos.
Yeah.
I watched the other videos leading up to it and the different versions that he led to, and then he got this one where he's shooting it from. Oh, it's fucking cool. But I've never shot
look it up right after this.
I've never shot a 50, so I really want to.
I think I have twice.
Yeah, I want to shoot that one.
It's definitely less kick than I think the one I shot was a Barrett. Definitely less kick than I thought there would be because of how big the fucking like flash suppressor and the like how it deals with the gases coming out. Of like if you're standing in front, like not in front of the gun, but if you're standing like off to the side, but in front of,
you feel it,
bro, like in your chest. It's just I'm glad that came across the microphone.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, it just feels fucking like doom.
It was just so cool seeing this AK shooting these. Oh, it was great. And when he first came up with the idea years ago, people were like, you can't do it. It can't be done. And every once in a while, people were giving him shit like, oh, how's that AK50 coming?
Yeah.
And now I can say, fuck you, here it is.
Yeah.
See?
Good shit.
He's like, I went from a college dropout to finishing my AK50. I like his channel a lot.
I don't know if I've watched a single full video from him.
I've watched so many. I like the Darwin Awards. I like Brandon Herrerra, the AK guy. I like his channel a lot. Demolition Ranch, I've also watched a lot of his because he's probably my favorite YouTube channel of all. And then Donut Operator. All three of them do things together, so I'm a fan of all of them.
I've definitely seen a couple of Donut Operators. I think I've seen a couple of short clips from Demolition Ranch.
Yeah, I watched so many episodes. That's where I first seen the 50 Beowulf. That's what made me a big fan of it.
Yeah.
But the other topic I had on here was stupid drivers. I was driving, and I was heading towards a road, and you know how there's a lot of backed up traffic because, you know, everybody's leaving at the same time.
Oh, at the end of work?
Yeah. And I'm driving along, and this car decides, well, there's a whole lot of room behind me. There's many car lengths behind me where this guy could have easily fit in.
Yeah.
But no, he had to go one car length ahead of me, pull in front of me, and have to slam on his brakes so he doesn't hit the car in front of him.
Jesus Christ.
And I have to slam on my brakes so I don't hit in him. And then the whole drive home, he's still only one car length ahead of me. I'm like, yeah, that really worked out for you. Yeah, that's... You saved yourself a lot of fucking time.
That's
Good job.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was passing him as I was taking the exit to get to Black Bear Diner.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, he wanted to do it. Like, there was so much room behind me, and even if he did get much further ahead of me, he could always pass me after we get on there. Why risk getting rear-ended or rear-ending somebody else? And
because a lot of people don't care, or they're oblivious. They're just like, I'm getting over now, and they have no idea where else anybody is.
Yeah, I don't give the middle finger a lot, but that day
the what?
Middle finger.
You don't give the fingerler?
Yeah, I got a little.
The middle finger. There you go.
Okay, let's move past that. But yeah, I let him know he was number one.
Nice.
Yeah, because that pissed me off. And then when he just kept being just barely ahead of me the whole way, was it really worth it?
If you asked him, if you stopped and asked him,
He'd
I
probably
think
say yes.
I think he would say that he didn't see you, didn't realize he cut you off, didn't realize how close it was, didn't realize that he was only one
Well,
car in front of you the
that's
whole
why I
fucking
call them
trip.
stupid drivers, because you're supposed to pay attention to the road. You're
Yeah,
supposed to
but
pay attention to your mirrors. You're supposed to pay attention to when you change lanes. You're supposed to make sure there's nobody else there.
Yeah, but nobody does that.
Well, you and I do.
Yeah, almost nobody does that.
I'm not trying to hold somebody to a higher standard than I hold myself.
Yeah, but that means you have to actually pay attention to stuff.
Yeah.
And people are oblivious.
Yeah.
Massively oblivious.
Just stupid people in general.
All right. Yeah. Follow us on stuff at Some Offense Intended on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Some Offense Pod on TikTok and Twitter X.
Next week I'll have to tell my Santa Claus story.
Nice. Like, share, tell people. Goodbye.